All right, so what's going on? Hope all is well. Today we are talking about why confidence disappears mid-call, right? Why am I on a sales call? I'm having a conversation with this client and I'm about 10 minutes into the call and I look up and I have no idea what's going on and what to talk about and how to keep this call going. The client sounds like they're getting a little bit disinterested. They don't know how to respond to them, asking weird questions. I'm not getting the right answers to get ready to close because I want some money, right? I want to get some money. So we need to fix that. If you ever get on a call and you find yourself 5 or 10 minutes into a call and you don't know, you don't have the confidence to close on that call in whatever respective industry that you're in, that is a huge, major problem. Let me tell you why. The reason why people lose confidence mid-call is because they have not gathered enough information up front. Let's say you have a product. I'm a life insurance agent, so it's easy for me to talk about life insurance because that's what I do every day. I talk to about 20 people a day. I've probably spoken to about 15,000 people in the last 10 years about life insurance, mindset, money, just stuff like that, right? So when I first started in sales, my mind was completely focused on, I got to get this sale. I got to get this money. I was watching Grant Cardone. I was watching Gary Vee. From the early people that was in the early entrepreneurship, maybe 2015, 2016, y'all know what's going on. But I was watching those guys heavily. And I know with Grant Cardone, it was like, yo, get on the phone. If you don't buy this, you're an idiot. You need to figure out your life. You're an idiot if you don't buy this product, this life insurance policy. Hang up the phone. That's what Grant Cardone's energy was. Now, do I think he actually handled business like that behind the scenes? No, I don't. I just think that he was doing the colorful stuff because he was building his brand at the time real heavy 10 years ago. So I was all about it though, because that's how I got introduced to sales. So I was all about that. And I didn't always act that way, but my mindset, my energy was more so like, oh, you got to get on the phone, show me the money. That very, what's my guy's name over at Wolf of Wall Street? That guy, right? So think Wolf of Wall Street energy. That's what a lot of people get because they want this intensity packed behind getting the sale, getting the close, getting the money so you can live this luxurious lifestyle. And that cannot be further from the truth of how this process goes, excuse me. And so essentially where we are with this is that you need to have a process. You need to have a repeatable system that allows you to extract information in an ethical way. Let's be ethical, right? We're talking about ethical. Extract information from your clients. You can then present them with a recommendation that aligns with what they're trying to do. And the absolute only way that you can do this is that you qualify them and ask appropriate questions up front. There's no way that you can have confidence to close anything or whatever the case may be on the call if you don't have enough information up front. So how do we solve this problem? The way you solve this problem is you ask questions, appropriate ones up front. Hey, Mr. Client, my name is Travoy. I'm here with, XYZ insurance company, Travoy Pointers Insurance, and I want to understand how can I help you get a policy today, right? Why are you looking for coverage? That's one of my first questions I always ask the client because, first of all, it allows me to understand that I can't make assumptions when it comes down to asking somebody for a policy. Getting coverage. Why would I make an assumption? There is 8 billion people in the world. And if I make an assumption of one person, I'm most likely going to be wrong. I get it. We can talk about different eras, different age brackets, different things, different needs, different stages of people's lives. But I can't just make an assumption on what somebody needs and why they need it, right? You can want life insurance for burial reasons. You can want life insurance for your own, infinite banking strategy. You can want life insurance because you want to cover a mortgage. There's a lot of reasons why people want life insurance. So my basic question out the gate is, what are you looking for coverage for? The funny thing is that a lot of people are like, well, we're supposed to have life insurance, right? Suppose you get it. And that's a problem too, because you don't just get life insurance because everybody says they want life insurance, right? And people do respond that way. People are literally getting life insurance because they feel like they need to get life insurance. They don't actually know why they're getting life insurance. So my job as an agent is to discover this person and find out what their actual needs are. And a lot of times they don't even know their own needs, right? So that's what we're doing here. Once you get into that type of space with a client, you start to uncover things that are very important. Well, okay. So I just want to know why you're looking for life insurance right now. Do you have any family, right? You married, kids, any loved ones, right? Excuse me. Anything that is important to you. Any assets, mortgages, cars, different things that you may want to, if something were to happen to you, take care of and not leave a burden on your family, right? So I'm starting to unpack and uncover what's going on with this person's world. Now, you have people that are like, I don't have no kids, car, no home, no marriage, none of that stuff, right? And they're just like, I don't even know why I'm here. And the reality of the situation is sometimes life insurance isn't for everybody, right? They may not, or maybe that time they don't need insurance, right? And that's okay. However, I still think everyone could benefit from a policy. Where I'm coming from with this is that everybody's needs are different. So I'm asking questions, trying to understand how this is going to fit their needs. So again, are you married? Do you have kids? Any assets? Anything that would need to be replaced or paid off in the event that you leave? Are you the income, the breadwinner of the family? Do you have two house income? I'm trying to discover all these different things. So when I get to the closing, when I get to the end of this call, I can draw back and say, hey, well, you say you wanted to cover a mortgage. You say you had 2 kids, and you said that you don't want to leave them in a burden. One of the traditional standard calls that I get could be a married couple or a single person with 2 kids, right? The last thing they want to do is take out of here and leave their kids 15, 20 years old having to cover a $10,000, $15,000 burial. So that's pretty standard. Like, if you uncover that up front and you understand the drivers of why people, this is human psychology that we're talking about. Understand the drivers as to why this person is really wanting this insurance policy, or what they would lose, and what keeps them up at night, and what drives them to make the decision that they make, whether it be irrational or irrational. They want to cover their family. They don't want their kid to be alive and they're dead and their kid is 15 and nobody has any money to take care of them. People don't want that. I don't want that. I have a 10-year-old son. I have a younger son, right? So I wouldn't want that, if I took out of here, that I left my kids with no money. So I have a life insurance policy myself. So that same psychology is what works for normal parents and human beings. So if I don't identify that in the front, right? What if I try to pitch a $500,000 policy to a single person with no kids to take care of your kids when you die? Well, if I don't know that they don't have any kids, and I pitch that to them, they're gonna look at me like I'm a silly fool. So again, you have to identify up early why people are doing what they're doing. Why are you on this phone call? Why do you want to spend money on the policy? What's it to you? If you don't identify those things, you will be mid-call, 10 to 15 minutes in this call, and you won't have any confidence because you never did your part identifying the issues. That's it. We're not going to overcomplicate this video, man. It's a quick video on understanding the importance of identifying your client's need to get insurance. And if you do not do that, you will not have confidence to close. Your closing ratio would be at like 8% because you don't know them. My closing ratio is like 45 to 50% because one of the reasons, I know why I'm on the phone with this client. And even the ones that are resistant to me, I'll tell them, hey, hey, listen, I can't do anything for you if I don't have the appropriate information. So anyway, I'm saying that all I have to say. You want a 6-figure income, and you want a repeatable income. It's not even about having 6 figures all the time. You want a repeatable high income in sales. One of the most important things you have to do is identify in the beginning of the call, first 5 minutes, what's this person's need? Ask the appropriate questions. If you want to know that and you want to get better at, providing or creating a proven sales system that will get you a repeatable 6-figure income and close more deals and, increase your income, you hit me up. I would love to connect with you. I'll put my link in the description here, and it's going to discuss ways to either buy the book that I have that discusses, just self-development, or you can book a call with me to do on a sales call, and we'll just kind of look at your system. No charge at all. We'll look at your sales system, what you go through, and improve your sales system and see if there's a need to help you get to where you're trying to get to. So, listen, I talked about it before. It's an AI proof video where I'm talking about sales is like the number one thing. I think that if you get sales skills down, you don't have to pay for equipment. You don't have to pay for a lot of things. This is your mouth. This is your voice. This is your tone. If you master sales and you learn how to get this intro down, your sales process down, and it's not long. You can easily make a repeatable six-figure income, and just make sure you do what you got to do. So peace. If you want any questions, reach out to me. Like I said, a link will be in the description to buy the book or to book a call, free call, whatever you want to do, reach out to me. I get excited about this stuff because I know that now at this point, there's nothing that can scare me as far as what AI got going on, or if I'm approaching a call in a weird way. I run my same system all day long, and it does well for me. So yeah, if you got any questions, reach out. Hope this video was great and informative. Share it, like it, subscribe, and then keep the energy going, man. Go win, go make it great, and let this world take you out. Peace.